It's not often that you get to walk into a project that has already so much of a fan base and so many people that really care for something. So it's good for us, and I really appreciate that we're like treating it with such care and honoring the canon and trying to just take care of our fans, but at the same time we're trying to surprise them.
I think this is the first time you've really seen full body performance capture, motion, DP lighting with lights that behave the way we would expect them to behave in a motion picture context, all running real time. So I think it is a landmark moment. Are we the only ones? No, I think other people are beginning to go down the same path. But I think it's the first time you've really seen this sort of high, convergence of the two worlds of media to such a level.
What we tried to aim for here was just more realistic performance. We wanted to just ask them to behave normally, to speak their lines in character, but not trying to be too arch or too reserved. And so sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't, so sometimes we need to make a couple of adjustments.
It's an interesting time because, with modern computer graphics hardware, the way it's going, it's going to be pretty hard to tell the difference between something that is interactive and rendered real time and something that was done for either an animated TV show or even a live action thing. 10 years from now, I'm pretty sure that you extrapolate where we've gone with the console generations and the changes in video and ATI hardware. We're getting to the point right now that we're sort of matching the quality of an animated movie 7-8 years ago. And another 10 years from now, it's just going to be indistinguishable from reality.
The approach that we've been taking is to go back to the original drawings, the original thinking around those designs. Think what was Joe Johnston doing, what was Ralph McQuarrie doing, what was the model department picking up on, and go, where were their references? So we've got the surface of Coruscant, yeah, but that's New York in the 40s, or and we go back, and the important thing for us is that we ground the player in a city, and then we ground the player in a Star Wars city. So we always, in terms of our references outside of Star Wars, we're going back to real world locations. We're going to New York, we're going to European cities, we're going to Kowloon, we're going to Hong Kong, Shanghai, all the city is a mix of different styles and different kind of eras. It's been around for a while and it's been heavily modified over the years.
Technique-wise, in terms of the facial capture side, we really just started with the tech from Hulk and just use that to move forward. Where surprises ended up coming in were, on a film side, we're used to cutting things up a lot more. We're used to just sort of working. The director has a whole facility, people are doing audio, all that stuff. Somebody else is worrying about all that stuff, and we're able to focus a little bit more. Since this is happening in LucasArts and we're doing all of it internally, now all of a sudden I'm like, lip sync, very, very important. And all the things that we need to worry about of how 1 frame, 2 frames off can just kill the whole performance, can make the lip sync look mushy, can make it look soft, and can take a whole lot of hard work and throw it out.
The vibe that we wanted from this is, this really dense urban cityscape that we wanted to work in. And honestly, Coruscant already has so much of that going on for us, and thousands and thousands of levels that have never really been investigated, and so an enormous opportunity for us to explore that space. We have these little what we call living world areas where it's an opportunity for us to just slow the pace of the game down a bit and have you absorb something like one of the street scenes or a cool location. The city's pretty organic in terms of if you were literally to walk through it from district to district, there would be a blend between the districts as you walk through, and much like you'd experience in any major city. It's just a little bit more condensed, so you'll see the spaces change a little faster than you might otherwise expect.
We had a very tight schedule and lots of people working, so we had to be pretty disciplined in terms of what we decided to change and what we just didn't decide to change. But it was pretty nice to be able to sit down with our lead lighting technician, Roger Cords, at the very end on the last day before we drove down to LA to E3 and tweak the lighting and the color grading a little bit, all interactively. It's sort of a new world for a visual effects person, for sure.